Welcome everyone to America's Star is Died channel. Over the past few days, we have received sad news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring the great contributions they have left behind. Besides, we will summarize the stars we have recently lost to remember them and their indelible marks in the hearts of fans. Before we begin, if you love this video, as well as their works that have touched your life, please click like as a sign of respect and memory of them. Thank you for accompanying us.
It's gone. Yeah. I finally have been prescribed the right stomach medicine after 6 years of being in constant pain. Finally, within
27 years after his death, he is still considered by music lovers as one of the most legendary singers of rock music. His life is like a sad and stormy novel. Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of the legendary rock band Nirvana, has left an indelible mark on the hearts of fans. Born in 1967 in a small town in Aberdeen, Washington, Cobain's life is not only the story of an outstanding musical talent, but also the tragedy of a lonely and stormy soul. The low notes in his life further highlight the powerful and captivating music he brought to a generation. Kurt Cobain grew up amid family strife, where his parents' divorce left a deep mark on his sensitive soul. Loneliness and alienation haunted Cobain throughout his childhood, but music became his only lifeline. Given an old guitar, he taught himself and found a strong passion for music, which later evolved into a fierce and authentic punk rock style. In 1987, Kurt founded Nirvana with bassist Chris Novoselic, a band that would change rock music forever. However, it was not until 1991, with the album Nevermind and the song Smells Like Teen Spirit, that Nirvana truly exploded into a global phenomenon. The grunge movement they represented reflected the rebellion and pain of a generation of young people searching for a way out in an uncertain world. Kurt Cobain's rapid success was a huge burden. Behind the spotlight, he struggled mentally and physically. Fame did not bring Kurt joy, but only pushed him deeper into the dark recesses of his soul. Feelings of emptiness and boredom became a constant theme in his songs, turning Cobain into a voice for young people who did not know where they belonged. His marriage to singer Courtney Love was a love story with many ups and downs. Although they had a child together, Frances Bean Cobain, stress, substance abuse problems, and constant conflicts overshadowed their family life. Kurt turned to drugs as a way to escape reality, but he could not find release. On April 5, 1994, Kurt Cobain ended his life with a gunshot wound at his Seattle home, leaving behind a suicide note addressed to his fans, wife, and daughter. He was only 27 years old. The rock world lost a legend, and the fan community lost the most honest voice about their suffering and longing. Cobain's death, although ruled a suicide, remains a subject of controversy and has spawned many theories. But whatever the cause, Kurt Cobain's legacy is undeniable. His music, from its powerful sounds to its emotional lyrics, lives on in the hearts of rock lovers, inspiring generations of artists to come. "27 years after his death, Kurt Cobain is still revered as one of the greatest musicians of all time. Nirvana's songs still resonate with young people, full of rebellion and seeking freedom. His memorabilia, from his guitar to his MTV Unplugged sweater, have sold for huge sums at auction, demonstrating the enduring appeal of Cobain even after he has passed away. Kurt Cobain is not only an icon of grunge, but also a symbol of the artistic soul struggling to cope with the pain and emptiness of life. He burned himself out with music, and as he famously said in his final letter, "It's better to burn out than to fade away." At the end of the first decade of the 21st century, the world had to say goodbye to the king of pop Michael Jackson, who left a deep musical mark throughout the 70s, 80s, and 90s of the last century. The passing of this artist is therefore considered one of the 10 biggest events of the past decade. Since the day I was born, you have been the best father I could ever imagine. I just want to tell you that I love you very much. Michael Joseph Jackson, known to the world as the King of Pop, was not only a musical artist, but also a global cultural icon. Born on August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana, Jackson left an indelible mark on audiences and the music world. From his early days as a talented boy in the family band the Jackson 5 to his rise as a great solo star, Michael Jackson redefined the standards of music, dance, and creativity in art. With Thriller, 1982, the best-selling album of all time, Jackson not only took his music to the top, but also broke down barriers of race, gender, and culture. Hits like Billie Jean, Beat It, and the Thriller music video are not only masterpieces of art, but also symbols of the MTV era, helping to shape the face of modern popular music. Legendary dance moves like the moonwalk have become timeless cultural icons, cementing his name in history. Jackson's accomplishments were countless. 13 Grammy Awards, multiple Guinness World Records, 13 Billboard Hot 100 singles. He was also a philanthropist, donating hundreds of millions of dollars to charities and bringing hope to millions of people around the world. Hailed as Artist of the Century, Jackson graced the world's music and culture for more than 4 decades. But his life was not without its ups and downs. Personal turmoil, especially his changing appearance and legal charges, damaged his public image. However, that could not erase Jackson's talent and unwavering dedication to music. Despite the hardships he faced, he remained an eternal icon in the hearts of his fans. Jackson's sudden death on June 25, 2009, sparked an outpouring of grief around the world. His public funeral was one of the biggest television events in history, with millions watching, demonstrating the love and respect for the music legend. His daughter, Paris, choked up with tears as she said, "Dad was the most wonderful person I could ever imagine. I love you so much." Michael Jackson has left this world, but his musical legacy will live on forever. From his melodies, his dance moves, to his profound humanistic messages, he was and will always be the king of pop, an irreplaceable artist.
Difficult. Thomas Mann said, the writer is a person who's writing difficult. And I can tell you a story about it.
On July 21, 2015, the literary world lost one of America's greatest novelists, E.L. Dr. O, who left a lasting impression through his profound works and reenactments of American history. He died in a New York hospital at the age of 84, following complications from lung cancer. Dr. O is not only a writer, but also a storyteller of America, through both real and fictional perspectives. His works are known not only for their rich content, but also for the way he combines historical and fictional characters to create multi-dimensional stories about a country in turmoil. Born in 1931 in the Bronx, New York, EL. Dr. O grew up in a family with a music store owner father and a pianist mother. From an early age, he showed a passion for books and decided to become a writer at the age of 9. His writing skills were honed in school, where he wrote for the school magazine. After graduating with a BA in philosophy, Dr. O served in the Army for 2 years, 1954-1955, before embarking on a literary career. He worked as a book editor and a script reader for film studios. However, his writing career really began when he focused on writing his first novel, The Book of Daniel, 1971, which is considered a masterpiece as it reflects the politically and socially turbulent America of the 1950s and 1960s. Dr. O's literary style has been described by the New York Times as time traveler, as he has the ability to recreate history through the eyes of fiction, giving readers pictures that are both realistic and creative. He always creates different narrators for each work, and this makes his language flexible and unique. In a life and career spanning nearly half a century, Dr. O wrote 12 novels, 3 collections of short stories, a stage play, and numerous essays on literature and politics. He won 3 National Society of Review awards and received recognition from both readers and critics. President Obama once shared on Twitter, Dr. O was one of the great American novelists. His books taught me much, and he will be missed by everyone. Margaret Atwood, a Canadian writer, also could not hide her sadness when hearing the news of her friend's death. She shared that he was an extremely important author and a lovely, humorous, and kind person. Dr. O left not only a rich literary legacy, but also the image of a writer devoted to history and country. He brought stories imbued with American identity, reflecting the political, cultural, and human changes of each period. Dr. O is gone, but the legacy he left will forever be in the hearts of readers and in world literature.
It was more or less made for me. I was at a situation where I'd run out of funding basically for school. And
on November 30, 2013, Hollywood and fans around the world were shocked by the news that actor Paul Walker had passed away in a tragic car accident in Santa Clarita, north of Los Angeles. He passed away at the age of 40, leaving behind deep sorrow for his family, friends, colleagues, and millions of fans. Paul Walker is not only an action star known for his role as Brian O'Connor in the hit Fast and Furious franchise, but also a kind man who is dedicated to charity work. Before the accident, he attended a charity fundraising event to help the people of the Philippines after the Typhoon Haiyan disaster, showing his commitment to the community and society. Born on September 12, 1973 in Glendale, California, Paul Walker began his acting career as a child actor in commercials and television shows. But it wasn't until the late 1990s that he really made an impression with his roles in Pleasantville, 1998, Varsity Blues, 1999, and She's All That, 1999. However, the role that brought Walker to global fame was his role as undercover cop Brian O'Connor in the Fast and the Furious 2001. With this role, he became an icon of the action film genre, loved by audiences everywhere. Fast and Furious was not only a blockbuster, but also marked an important chapter in Walker's career. He participated in a total of 6 parts of the series before his death, with the image of a brave, loyal police officer and deep friendship with other characters in the racing group. His sudden departure, while the seventh part of the series was in the middle of filming, left a big void in the hearts of the audience, as well as the film crew. This film was later completed with technical support and the participation of his younger brother, Paul. Paul Walker's personal life was quite private, although he had relationships with many famous beauties such as Denise Richards, Jessica Alba, and Jasmine Pilchard Gosnell. However, his daughter, Meadow Walker, born in 1998, was the biggest support in his life. Before her death, Meadow moved in with Paul, and he shared about the close relationship between father and daughter. Meadow now continues to follow in her father's footsteps with charity work through the organization Reach Out Worldwide, which Paul founded to help people in need after natural disasters. Paul Walker's career is not limited to Fast and Furious. He has starred in many other works, from The Skulls, 2000, to Into the Blue, 2005, and Hours, 2013. However, beyond his film career, Paul's quiet contributions to society through charity work and community support have affirmed that he is not only a talented actor, but also a human being with a heart of gold. Paul Walker is gone, but his legacy lives on. From his iconic action movies to his quiet contributions to society, his legacy will live on in the hearts of his fans, family, and friends. Fast and Furious 7 ended with the song See You Again, which became an emotional farewell from the audience to a man who brought joy and inspiration to so many people around the world.
Hollywood, is it a happy time for you, or?
Yes, it is. It's a very happy time. I'm happy to be back. As I started my hometown.
Yes.
We are a happy girl now.
Marilyn Monroe, whose real name was Norma Jean Mortensen, was one of the most prominent cultural icons of the 20th century. With her captivating beauty and outstanding acting talent, she captured the hearts of audiences around the world. However, Monroe's life was not all about the glittering spotlights, but also a journey filled with tragedy and pain.
Submitted a list of directors she would work with. We only know.
Marilyn Monroe was born on June 1, 1926 in Los Angeles, California. She had a difficult childhood. Her father was never present in her life, and her mother, Gladys Pearl Baker, suffered from mental illness and was unable to care for her children. As a result, Marilyn lived in several orphanages and suffered from abuse during her childhood. The painful memories from her early years left a deep mark on her soul, making her a person who always felt insecure and lonely.
That's who I am. But it's changed my life direction 100% or more. As I told the president recently, that gives me an awesome response.
Lily Ledbetter passes away at age 86, journey to fight for fair wages and gender equality. On October 17, 2024, Lily Ledbetter, a pioneering woman in the fight for wage equality, passed away at the age of 86. Ledbetter left behind an indelible legacy, as she was an inspiration for the Lily Ledbetter Fair Pay Act of 2009, a major milestone in the effort to close the pay gap between men and women in the workplace. Her arduous journey from an ordinary worker to a symbol of justice and equality is a testament to perseverance and courage. Her journey began in the 1990s when she discovered that after nearly 2 decades at Goodyear, she was paid significantly less than her male colleagues. This injustice motivated her to sue, and despite an unfavorable Supreme Court ruling in 2007, Ledbetter never gave up. Her relentless persistence eventually led to legislative change. In the years that followed, Lily Ledbetter became a tireless advocate for wage justice, traveling across the United States to raise awareness and inspire the next generation. She repeatedly emphasized that her fight is not over, as the wage gap continues to affect women, especially college-educated women. Leaders and supporters across the country, including President Obama, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff, honored her courage and tireless dedication. Ledbetter always reminds that wage equality is not only an ideal, but also a right that must be fought for. Although Lily Ledbetter has passed away, her legacy lives on. The wage gap between men and women persists, especially for women from marginalized groups and people of color. However, Lily's struggle laid the foundation for further progress in ensuring that everyone, regardless of gender, receives a fair wage for the work they do. Life and Lily Ledbetter's career reminds us that sometimes big changes start with small actions, from one brave woman standing up and saying this isn't right. Thanks to her, current and future generations have more strength to continue the fight for justice and equality in society. Classical music producer Adam Abes passes away at age 63. His legacy lives on in the music world. On October 10, 2024, the classical music community witnessed the passing of Adam Abes, one of the most influential music producers in the field. Passing away at his home in Westchester, New York, Abes left behind a tremendous legacy after more than 3 decades of tireless dedication to classical music. Born on August 10, 1961 in Long Island, New York, Adam Abes grew up in a home filled with music. From a young age, his passion for the violin guided him, helping him study at prestigious institutions such as New York University and Manhattan School of Music. With natural talent and unwavering dedication, Abes quickly asserted his position in the classical music community. Abes is not only an excellent artist, but also a talented music producer. Throughout his career, he produced hundreds of classical recordings with the world's leading artists. With his ability to turn the recording process into a warm and inviting experience, Abes has created an environment where artists can freely create, something not every producer can do. Abes recordings are not simply musical products. They also carry deep breath and emotions, touching the hearts of listeners. His understanding of the difficulties facing artists has helped him build deep and lasting relationships within the music world, making him a trusted collaborator and friend. Cherish. In 2002, Abes founded the Classical Recording Foundation, a non-profit organization with the mission of supporting young musicians and helping them realize their artistic visions. Abes has always believed that classical music not only deserves to be preserved, but also needs to be honored and developed. He believes that the new generation of artists needs a solid foundation to develop their talent, and this foundation is his way of realizing that ideal. Adam Abes is not only a talented music producer, but also a teacher and mentor with far-reaching influence. He has won 2 Grammy Awards, including Classical Music Producer of the Year in 1999, and his recordings continue to inspire listeners around the world. Abes' passing is a great loss to the music community, but his legacy will continue to live on. Musicians, colleagues, and fans will always remember him as someone who turned his love for music into reality, leaving behind important contributions to classical music. Although no longer present, Adam Abe's spirit of creativity and dedication will forever echo in the music world, inspiring artists and music lovers for many generations to come. Courtney Coleman dies at 58, a deep legacy in entertainment and life. On October 18, 2024, the entertainment industry lost an important figure when Courtney Coleman, Chief Financial Officer of Happy Accident Studios, passed away at the age of 58 after an accident at her home. Courtney leaves behind a profound legacy, not only as an influential financial expert, but also as a mother, friend, and passionate supporter of charities. Born on July 29, 1966 in Toronto, Coleman has spent more than 30 years contributing to the finance and entertainment industries. She graduated from the University of Toronto with a degree in commerce and became a chartered accountant in 1992. Her career has taken her around the world and held many senior positions in prestigious companies such as Motion Picture Corporation of America, CBS Films, Sony Pictures Entertainment, and Universal Music's Interscope, Geffen A&M. In theater, she also left her mark at Andrew Lloyd Webber's Really Useful Group in the UK. Coleman's financial acumen has enabled her to make significant contributions to the businesses for which she works. When she joined Happy Accident, a startup film and television studio with offices in Toronto and Los Angeles, she brought not only expertise but also enthusiasm and a vibrant personality. She contributed to the success of many projects and left an indelible impression on her colleagues. Despite her remarkable professional achievements, Courtney Coleman is even more remembered for her cheerful personality, full of vitality and kindness. Eric Jarboe, co-founder of Happy Accident, expressed shock at her sudden passing, describing her as a dear friend who left a profound mark on the entertainment industry and those around her. Outside of work, Coleman is a devoted mother to her two children, Patrick and Sophie. She is proud of her children and passionate about social issues, especially environmental protection and education, was evident in the philanthropic activities in which she supported organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund and the American Association of University Women. The passing of Courtney Coleman is a loss not only to family and friends, but also to the global entertainment industry. Her professional achievements will continue to influence generations, and her warmth will live on in the hearts of those who knew her. Coleman is not only a leader in her field, but also a devoted mother and cherished friend, always radiating positive energy and love. Her legacy will live on forever, not only through financial reports and successful projects, but also through the memories and deep emotions she created throughout her life.
Initially, conceiving of the film, it was really more of a present-day film about what my mother is doing now because she's so active. She's with the Immokalee work.
Ethel Kennedy's great legacy of compassion and justice. Ethel Kennedy, one of the most important and revered figures in American history, passed away on October 10, 2024, leaving behind a tremendous legacy of compassion, dedication, and service to society. Born on April 11, 1928, in Chicago, Illinois, Ethel Kennedy not only stands out for her family ties to one of America's most famous political families, but also for her profound contributions in humanitarian activities and protecting human rights. Ethel Kennedy became a symbol of strength and resilience, especially after the assassination of her husband, Robert F. Kennedy, in 1968. Despite facing great pain, she raised 11 children while continuing to fight for the ideals her husband is passionate about: justice, equality, and human rights. Throughout her life, Ethel Kennedy devoted herself to charity work, while using her platform to promote major social changes. She is not only the wife of a famous politician, but also a tireless champion, especially in protecting minority communities and fighting for the rights of the disadvantaged. In 1968, Ethel Kennedy founded the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights, an organization that plays a key role in promoting issues of social justice and compassion globally. Under her leadership, the center became a strong defender of the rights and dignity of the oppressed, embodying the values that she and her late husband cherished. In addition to her public work, Ethel Kennedy also distinguished herself for her devotion and love for her family. She inspired her children and grandchildren to carry on the Kennedy legacy, many of whom went on to make significant contributions in politics and social causes. Despite facing many personal losses, she maintained strength and grace, a testament to her indomitable and resilient spirit. Ethel Kennedy will be remembered as a beacon of hope for those who continue to fight for justice, equality, and human rights. Her lifelong work leaves a profound mark not only on her family but also on the world, where she served as an example to millions of people of perseverance and sacrifice for the sake of values. Great. Even though she is no longer with us, her impact will continue to live on for generations to come. Ethel Kennedy's legacy is not only the story of a resilient wife and mother, but also a testament to the power of love and compassion in building a more just and compassionate world. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video and join us in remembering the talented artists who have passed away. Each of them left a deep mark on culture and art, and although they are no longer here, their works will forever live in the hearts of their fans. Don't forget to share this video to preserve beautiful memories about them together, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other meaningful videos. Let us continue to remember them, those who have inspired us throughout our lives.